I don't know what the scam part is. I don't know where the scam, I don't even know where the word scam came from. I don't know what is the scam of any of this. I don't know where scam is. I don't know who scam is. I don't know what or how scam is. What is the scam? Who's getting scammed? Who? That's a lie. I don't believe it. Oh, the pedophile himself has spoken. Destiny's top orbiter, who openly turned LSF into a harassment/cyber-stalking operation for enemies of his favorite streamer, has been forcibly removed from his position.
Hello, Spez, Mr. CEO of Reddit. I hope you have received this public video that I have created and sent to you via your email. If not, I hope anybody who cares about the topic in this video can get this to him in any way that you can. This video is about a topic of deadly seriousness, and that is of Reddit moderation and the state of your platform. But first, some background. I'm Brian, or Stale2000, or Tarot Card. I was the top moderator of your #1 gaming subreddit, r/Livestreamfails, before I was recently removed from that position by the Reddit Code of Conduct team. I became a Reddit moderator for one reason. And
Stale fucks you so hard with getting removed from LSF mod. LSF's gonna go back to what it was like before. Okay, I can't tell if you're memeing or not. I have and have had zero control over Stale, okay? Tons of dumb threads about me that have actual fucking lies have remained upvoted on that subreddit, and fucking other things and other streamers got taken down, okay? I have had no control over Stale. Fuck you guys. I wish.
And that is because I think that Reddit communities and correspondingly its moderators have massive power and influence, and for some reason, nobody seems to notice, care, or take this seriously. Least of all, its moderators or the company. In this video, I will go over why I believe this, and I will also talk about a code of conduct moderation action that was taken against me due to good faith mistakes that I believe were caused by a clear lack of direct material support that the company gives its moderators. I will end the video by talking about what you, Spez, can do to fix this problem, as well as what I and other communities can do in case Reddit does not solve this very serious mismanagement problem regarding the lack of support that is given to moderators. First, I will go over the code of conduct action and why I was removed as the top moderator of r/Livestreamfails. This sounds like stupid internet drama, I know, but I'm going to talk about how this is a very clear example about how Reddit's mistakes causes very serious problems to Reddit's community and the company as a whole. Here's what happened. There was an announcement related to a live stream related game show called $1 Million Fan. It was basically a game show like Survivor or Big Brother, where fans of a streamer compete in different challenges with an influencer or a streamer for various prizes. The kicker here is that there was a grand prize of $20 million, supposedly. This was supposedly going to be aired on Amazon Prime, and it was also confirmed to be including a couple mid-sized and large streamers like Alexandra and Andrea Botez, Extra Emily, Canute, and a few others. Additionally, the opportunity was supposedly brought to these streamers by a company called Mythic Talent, which is a well-respected streamer agency that represents hundreds of live streamers. I heard about the game show a few hours after it got announced by a couple major live streamers. It sounded like the perfect type of content for a live stream fail. I mean, reality TV, game show, live streaming, gaming, that's perfect for LSF, which is about fun, crazy content about kind of live streaming gamers. So when I heard about this, I was very excited. I immediately reached out to the organizers to see if we could set up some sort of a collaboration. This collaboration would just be to get cool content on the subreddit. No, financial incentives, no moderators being paid, basically none of anything like that, just fun, cool stuff for the community in the subreddit. For collaborations, the first obvious thing that came to mind was, how do we get their content on the subreddit? Either some superfans or some editors could clip some cool hype moment from the show and then post it to the subreddit. But I also had a stretch goal, and that was, what if LSF could be part of the show in some way? I don't know, there could be like a LSF themed best clip contest, like contestants compete in one of the kind of small challenges that make the best clip, and then somebody kind of wins a prize at the end. It was a stretch goal though. So I reached out to the organizers, and to my surprise, they immediately understood what LSF was, what power it had, and they even agreed to the stretch goal of like the cool competition to have in the actual show. From my perspective, this felt like one of the coolest things that a subreddit has ever done. I mean, being in a freaking reality TV show in a topic that's directly related to the subreddit, how awesome. And then, maybe I could leverage this to get even more opportunities, either for our subreddit or for other subreddits across the entire platform. That's how I felt, at least. And that's clearly not how it worked out. After they agreed to kind of a couple of these kind of requests that I had in my stretch goal, they immediately started moving very quickly. We wrote up an announcement and they wanted this out within like 24 hours. So we quickly worked to make an announcement together, and I posted it the next day. When I posted it, everybody in the comment section immediately yelled, scam, 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 scam. this initially didn't actually worry me because no matter what we do, people call it a scam. I mean, I've done AMAs with the Twitch CEO. People called that a scam. And I was also thinking like multiple major live streamers were involved. Mythic Talent was involved. Surely they had done their due diligence, right? Additionally, the thing that people were the most skeptical about was the $20 million grand prize. This initially confused me as well. But once I heard that, you know, Amazon Prime was allegedly involved, my initial concerns were assuaded. I mean, think about it. Amazon Prime has spent lots of money on tons of shows.
Assuaged?
And, you know, I didn't necessarily think that the show was worth $20 million, but, you know, that doesn't mean that Amazon Prime wouldn't fund it. And, you know, if LSF was involved, maybe it would actually succeed. You know, maybe my involvement alone could make the $20 million kind of investment worth it. Who knows? At least that's what I thought. Now, here comes the next part of the story when things get a little crazy. The next day, a major live streamer who was involved in the show, Extra Emily, said on her stream that she kind of saw all of these comments about people calling it a scam, and they even saw that, you know, LSF was involved, and this was apparently unacceptable to her, so much so that she was considering kind of dropping out of the show or kind of looking into seeing if kind of the whole thing was a scam or not. After seeing this, I brought the concerns to the organizers, and the organizers told me that they were currently in talks with the agents to resolve this, and they told me in no uncertain terms that the show was not canceled and was still going on. So me being somebody who didn't really have a lot of, you know, information into the situation, and me, you know, trusting these high-powered agents who represent these multi-million-dollar kind of celebrities, I trusted that they would kind of get to the bottom of this and kind of resolve these concerns quickly. During this time period, I saw and deleted a lot of unsubstantiated claims about the show and the mod team. There were accusations that I knew to be untrue, such that, you know, the mod team had accepted bribes or, you know, had some sort of financial involvement with the show. And I knew that they were not true because I was the one who had this idea the entire time, you know, from start to finish. This happened a couple days. And what I can tell you, for those who, you know, may not believe that for most moderators, I'm a highly paid software engineer working in San Francisco. I do not need to take a couple $1,000 bribes from, you know, random internet scams. Okay. I was doing this because I legitimately, you know, care about the subreddit, and that's why I spend my time on it. I thought it'd be kind of cool events for the sub. I'm talking about this and kind of the deleted comments because this is apparently some big no-no in the Reddit TOS or something, or maybe it's like an unspoken rule where if you're involved in some sort of promotion and it ends up not working out or it ends up being a scam or something, you know, if you have deleted comments that have accused it of being a scam, well that, you know, shows a cover-up or some way. It shows malice or bad faith or something. So that's why I'm kind of talking about this.
Got a good clip on mic he's wearing. These Rode things are very good mics, but they also come with lavs that he could have used instead of clipping the whole box on, but it doesn't matter much. It's a good mic.
Is because this was specifically a reason that was brought up regarding why I was kicked out as a mod on a Livestreamfails. And finally, I want to end this part of the story by talking about how Moist Critical made a video critical of the situation. And then about 30 minutes after this kind of video got released, I got reached out by the organizers of the events and told that 5 live streamers in the event had dropped out and that therefore the event was canceled and I should take down the post. In this video that Moist Critical had that was critical of the event, Moist Critical
Get it?
Brought up points about how an image on the marketing page was AI generated, or that the domain name was registered in Iceland, or that basically just the whole thing, it smelled bad. That's what he did. He did this motion and he said it smelled bad. But beyond that, it doesn't seem like he did much research. I don't think that he reached out to any of the organizers. He certainly didn't reach out to me. And I mean, I don't know if he reached out to Mythic Talent or any of the streamers. Now I want to stop people here because this is very important. And I think this is something that not a lot of people might have noticed. And that important point is that nothing in this situation has yet to be definitively proven as a scam. I repeat, there is no definitive, at least public information yet, that anything fraudulent, malicious, or illegal has happened in the situation. The only confirmed things that we have right now is that I guess there was a website, looked a little weird, there was some bad publicity, everybody called it a scam, and then a bunch of streamers dropped out, and then the event got canceled, and everybody got refunded. None of this is illegal, none of this is proved to be a scam, at least yet. Maybe I'll eat these words. And yes, in retrospect, there are certainly some things which we could call yellow flags or even red flags. But that being said, I don't want people to go into this thinking that there was some proven malfeasance or something when there really is a possibility that a lot of this could have just been kind of bad organization and things just fell through. Just because something's a bad idea, just because something is misorganized, that doesn't mean that anything illegal happened. You know, I still haven't gotten confirmation about kind of the Amazon Prime kind of a thing. I think that is the biggest unknown right now is I don't know about this supposed Amazon Prime deal, if it exists or not, because maybe they were in negotiation with them. Maybe a contract was in the works, but hasn't been signed yet. I'm not really sure yet. We'll have to see. And then kind of I'll end the story by talking about why I got removed as the top moderator.
What? I don't even know. This seems like the most nothing fucking story in the universe to me. I don't even know what the fuck is happening. Jesus. What the fuck?
It's really not a secret or very surprising. I got removed directly for the post that I pinned to the top of the subreddit related to the game show or supposed and alleged scam, as well as kind of for deleting comments that were kind of critical of it. I also want to make a comment about kind of the Reddit Code of Conduct team as a whole. Reddit has all this flowery language about how kind of the Code of Conduct team is not here to punish you. It's kind of here to get you to act in good faith. It's here to kind of give you second chances and warnings and all of this stuff. And apparently all of that are lies, because I was not given any second chances. I was not given very much kind of descriptive examples of kind of what I did wrong, or kind of given any ability to kind of defend myself. I was just given a very vague description of, yeah, there's accusations about some fraudulent scam that takes people's money and their PII, which means their name, right? Because you have to sign up with your name to join a contest. And so I have infringed on the Code of Conduct by promoting a game show where you have to put in your name or something.
Wait, did LSF as an org, or did Stale as a admin or whatever, did he make any money on this? Did I miss that part? Was he getting paid anything?
Not as far as we know.
Okay.
Even though it hasn't really been proved to be fraudulent yet. And so it's a little disappointing. Now, here's the most important part of the video, Spez. This is a direct message to you and only you. I want to talk about how this whole situation is a direct result of the lack of support that Reddit, the company, gives to its moderators. Yeah, I did the partnership. Yeah, I didn't look into this as much as I should, and I trusted kind of agencies and live streamers when I should not have. And I did delete comments, which I thought would have been borderline defamatory if the situation wasn't, I guess, a scam, even though it technically hasn't been proven to be a scam yet. But despite all of that, there is still massive kind of like problems at Reddit, the company, due to the lack of support that caused this. But right before I go into the specific reasons of how this happened, I want to talk about why this matters in the first place. And this matters because Reddit moderators have power. They have influence. If you were one of the people who is joking about like internet janitor duties or whatever, I'm sorry to tell you, it's funny jokes, but you are wrong. Reddit moderation does matter. Reddit moderators have control over millions of impressions per day, and nobody seems to notice or care. Let's just talk about LSF. Think of all the streamer careers that have been created because of LSF. Think about the even larger number of streamer careers that have been destroyed because of LSF, because some clip went viral about like something bad that they did. I have had major live streamers who are effectively celebrities come to me and beg to kind of remove, negative posts about them. An even crazier story is the time when some Twitch employees found me in person and borderline begged me to make sure LSF is not used to destroy the multi-billion-dollar company Twitch, partially because at the time LSF was indeed being used to destroy the multi-billion-dollar company Twitch. Deservedly so, by the way. Or even just take this literal circumstance. Imagine the whole kind of operation was legit. Well, guess what? One single post on LSF caused all of the streamers to drop out and destroyed a $20 million opportunity. Sorry, Mythic. My bad. Or imagine it was, a scam through and through. Well, guess what? We were the ones to expose it and destroy it before it had the chance to cause any real harm. I mean, everybody got refunded after all. Guess things ended up okay. Right or wrong, you can think I'm a good moderator or a bad moderator. You can think that LSF helps streamers or is the bane of their existence in the entire industry. But please don't for a single second pretend like it doesn't matter. And that's just one subreddit. Now back to me. I was one of your most passionate users. I was in the Reddit partnership program from the start. I took advantage of every opportunity that I could. I had meetings with kind of the Reddit community managers. I begged them for help and kind of partnership opportunities at every chance that I could. And I was blown off every single time. I got nothing out of it. The community managers never helped me. As, nice as the guy was, I think he had basically no power to help me. I was one of the only moderators out there who tried to grow my community, who had any ambition, who tried to work with the company or help other subreddits or help the kind of the company that hell, and it didn't matter. I failed, and it failed because of how mismanaged and how little support Reddit, the company, gives to moderators. So let's circle back. Let's go back to the moderation situation. This is a very key important point, so please pay attention. None of this would have happened if I had gotten support from Reddit. Do you think that I want to be the guy like going out, like messaging random people in Discords and LinkedIn's and trying to figure out kind of these partnerships? I don't. This is not my job. I am not qualified to do any of this. I am not a lawyer. I do not like...
Is he right? Does LSF have a lot of influence on streaming? 95% of you guys, because everybody just looks to the left and right to figure out what their opinion should be. You just copy your opinions from other fucking retards online, and everybody hates internet jannies, and I hate internet jannies. But every single thing he said in the video has been 100% true. And if you're so brain fucked because you're so living in memes and everything is a meme response to you, that you can't see that, then you shouldn't even just fucking go watch reality TV or something. I don't know.
I cannot read contracts to know what I should do or I should not do. I just want to like grow my subreddit, have a big vision, and I don't want to deal with it. At the end of the day, I'm a random nobody who got lucky. I took over one of your largest gaming subreddits on the platform because I won a stupid game of like Reddit mod politics. But apparently, I'm the only person out there who understands the potential that Reddit has. If Reddit had offered me partnerships, if Reddit had pipelines to connect with kind of major companies, if Reddit had lawyers that were helping me like reading over these contracts, reading over these agreements, none of these very real mistakes that I made would have happened. And before you say it, I'm sure there's some employee at Reddit, the company, that says like, oh yeah, we do that. That's my job. It's over here. Well, clearly you're not even doing 1% of what you should be doing, because nobody uses these resources, nobody cares, you are not doing enough. Multiply it by 100 and then let's talk. Reddit needs to be professionalized, and it starts with the mods. This is going to be controversial, but the people who are running your multi-billion-dollar website are unqualified nobodies like me. That doesn't mean it's my fault or their fault. It's your fault, Spez. Here's why. The controversial solution is just get rid of the bad mods with better mods or paid mods, or do takeovers or more rules or something like that. But there are better solutions. You can train them. You can give mods infrastructure or pipelines or resources or real kind of material support and treat them as if they have the actual power and influence that they actually have, and so communities can rise to the heights that they truly could. And the Reddit Moderator Partner Program is not it. Reddit moderators do not need one call with like one guy a month, as nice as he is, love you, Pablo, who has no power and no ability to affect anything. Reddit moderators don't need Christmas celebrations.
My favorite thing is when every fucking influencer tech company or whatever is like, oh, we need to do more stuff to like connect with our talent or whatever, and they make this is like, it sounds like they did this with this whatever program Stale's talking about. Twitch did this as well, and YouTube has done this as well, and they're like, okay, well, we're going to create a new position and a new platform and a new thing to have our talent connect to our management or our teams or whatever, using like the new communicator position. And then they make these communicator guys, and the communicator guys are always like really excited and passionate people, and then they run to the talent and then they speak to them and they come back to the management with all these ideas, and then literally nothing ever fucking happens ever. Nothing ever gets done ever. And it's just like a whole wasted fucking, I don't know why so many different like I don't know if you would call them creator focused programs or whatever, but it sounds like this Reddit mod thing that he's talking about was the same way. Twitch had this thing where they did this, and then YouTube has had this. I'm sure other platforms that I'm not a part of have had this, and I just don't know.
Or special badges or community or events or team building exercises. No, even the Reddit event budget is barely useful. No, they need real material support. That means access to anything that like a talent manager would give an actual celebrity. So an access to a bounty board or ad deals or lawyers or event organizers or professionals or anything that actually matters. To summarize, Reddit moderators should be treated like celebrities or influencers, not because they deserve respect or anything, but because they actually have real power and influence. I mean, if not for the world, at least over your $50 billion company, maybe if you gave them actual support, it could go from 50 billion to 100 billion. I mean, it certainly deserves to be that high up for how much traffic Reddit gets. So why haven't you solved this problem already, Spez? Is it because you're out of touch and you aren't aware of the problem? Is it because Reddit is a bloated mess and they can't ship products? No, I think the real issue is that Reddit is held hostage by the negativity and toxicity of its user base, and it doesn't really have the freedom to make bold and important and transformative decisions that could save the company. If you agree with anything that I said, Spez, well, you're in luck. I live in San Francisco, and I would be happy to talk to you in person or any Reddit product manager or employee at all, or on a call or something. That's my pitch to you, Spez. The rest is to the community. To the community, Spez and Reddit, they're almost certainly not going to fix any of this. All of this is up to us to solve. For anyone who this message has resonated with and wants to solve this problem, well, I have created a subreddit called r/SubAlliance. SubAlliance will be a nonprofit, volunteer, community-based initiative to solve all of the problems that I have laid out. We will create tools and resources so good, so useful, that everybody will have to work with us. Think talent agency, but for subreddits. You have the big ideas, you have the vision, you have the crazy cool things that you want to do, and we handle the logistics. Materially, that means connections to major companies, partnerships, doing AMAs, running events, doing mod recruitment, cross-collaboration with other relevant subreddits, that kind of stuff. Go to r/suballiance and we will make it happen. The link will be in the description below. Reddit used to be a place where we did stuff. The phrase, "we did at Reddit," although used sarcastically, existed for a reason. And that is because what we do, right or wrong, matters. Let's see what we can do to make it better. Thanks.
Wow.
Cute.
A Reddit moderator just made a video directly speaking to and tugging on the heartstrings of the CEO of Reddit. He's making a big call to action after he had been stripped of his position as top mod on r/Livestreamfail. I'm kind of at a loss for words here. I can't believe what I just watched was genuine and not a skit, but this seems authentic. What you picture in your head when you hear the term Reddit mod is exactly what you are about to see unfold in the flesh. The reason this mod just lost his position is because he was promoting a scam on the subreddit that he was the top mod for, Livestreamfail. I made 2 videos covering this. It was the $1 Million Fan Show, which was paraded around as a $20 million reality television show for streamers fans to sign up and even paid entry into it to compete for, $20 million prize purse. Turns out the whole thing was a load of baloney, as it appears everything has been wiped off the face of the planet. So some viewers paid money for actually nothing. They flushed it down the shitter, and agencies that brought this to streamers were left embarrassed. Most notably, Mythic Talent was the one that was named by some of the streamers as their agency that took them this deal, where seemingly no due diligence was done on behalf of Mythic to confirm whether or not this was even legitimate in the first place as a paid promotion. It was supposed to be an Amazon production, but clearly it was not an Amazon production, and it took 2 seconds of going to the website to deduce that this was fraudulent, but they took this deal before the website even existed. It's a whole mess. I've already covered all this, but Livestreamfail gets roped in because there was this inexplicable partnership that no one fully understood, where $1 Million Fan was in bed with Livestreamfail, and the top mod of Livestreamfail made a post on the subreddit pinning it to try and get more suckers into it, and now
I don't care that much about this. I don't care that much about any of this. But this is presented really poorly. Just as a takeaway from someone who's barely followed this, the impression that I've gotten, if my brain was working at 40%, the impression that I'd get from this is that a huge scam company was making a ton of money by getting a bunch of viewers to donate to their company using false promises, and then that money was being sent to streamers and then being used to pay off LSF to promote their scam. That's what it sounds like. That's how Charlie's presented this, and that's what it sounds like. That more or less is what his summary just sounded like. When in reality, I don't think anybody got paid from any of this yet. Maybe the streamers might have gotten something for an ad deal. I don't think LSF was making any money. I don't know what we're talking about. Nothing is a scam. I don't know why we keep saying scam. I don't know what the scam part is. I don't know where the scam. I don't even know where the word scam came from. I don't know what is the scam of any of this. It sounds like an idea that might have just been too grand to come to fruition, but I don't know why we're saying scam. I don't know what the scam part is. I don't know where scam is. I don't know who scam is. I don't know what or how scam is. What is the scam? Who's getting scammed? Who's getting scammed? What is the scam? What is the scam? Please tell me, Charlie.
this is his response after being fundamentally fired from his free position of Reddit janitor.
Hello, Spez, Mr. CEO of Reddit. I hope you have received this public video that I've created and sent to you via your email. If not, I hope anybody who cares about the
Charlie said they were charging people for tickets or something, but everything got refunded. So he said multiple times that people were saying that, but he had no evidence. But then he said he believed it. I have a very negative part in the back of my mind that I hope is not true. But I'm like 25% that this whole thing is just because they used AI images on their fucking promo page and everybody's so mind raped over AI images. They're like, "Ah!"
Not me.
topic in this video
I
and
love
get this to him in any way
AI cat stuff the most.
that you can. This video is about a topic of deadly seriousness, and that is of Reddit moderation and the state of your platform.
Oh my god. This is Reddit's Manhattan Project right now. The moderators are rising up against the CEO of Reddit. I'm actually at a loss for words. This couldn't be a more lame start to this video. The topic he's about to cover is how he believes Reddit mods don't have enough, elbow grease from the Reddit upper echelon, like Spez here, the CEO. He believes they should be entitled to, like, brand deals, talent managers, lawyers, and stuff, so that way they can better be utilized as Reddit moderators. I'm not even kidding, by the way. I'm not exaggerating. Like, these are points he was making in this video, and that's what he's talking about with deadly seriousness here. He talks about Reddit moderators like they're fucking G.I. Joe commandos. Man, please come back to reality. Like, I don't want anyone to harass this guy, so I'm not going to be, like, showing you his channel or anything like that, because, honestly, I kind of feel bad for him that he's put so much weight on his personal life into this position, which is just a thankless job. And it's not really a job, at least it should never be considered a job, because all he is doing is moderating a fucking subreddit as a volunteer janitor. I really thought this was a skit, and I'm still, a small part of me, you know, on the copium here, is hoping that this is, like, satirical and not real, but I don't know, it feels genuine.
Like, I know it's, like, memes or whatever, but, like, your moderators for a lot of your subreddits or a lot of your online platforms are literally the gatekeepers to all of your content. Like, there is an argument. Actually, I'm sorry, wipe that. I would make the argument that one of the largest contributing reasons to why so much online discourse is dog shit is because in like the mid to late 2000s, we basically started switching everything from human moderators to algorithmic moderation to whatever AI moderation bullshit we have now. That you used to have boards and you used to have subreddits and you used to have people that would read comments and you would get banned if you were off topic or said dumb shit, and everything started to get switched over to basically algorithms, or you would get banned for saying a slur or whatever, and that was it. And the lack of like human care for curating content and for ensuring good discussions or whatever was basically gone. There are a few places on Reddit that still have really active moderation. I think like Ask History is one. I think my subreddit has it, although we don't have like the strictest like, you know, long effort post standards. There are a few subreddits that are like the Science has very active moderators, but like your moderation and everything is some of the most important stuff that can happen. And you also saw with that article that we read, I guess like 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 years ago, I don't fucking remember how long ago it was, or whatever, where like all of the pro-pally lefty people, there was like this cabal of mods where there was like 10 people moderating 50 of the largest subreddits on Reddit. Like, these are big deals. And maybe it's not as much the case anymore, although it probably is, just in different ways. But like, your career used to live or die based on your presence in a subreddit. There were people like Sky Williams, his whole career was based on his videos going big in the League of Legends subreddit. Or early on, you know, if you were a StarCraft streamer, if Team Liquid didn't like you and they wouldn't list you on their featured streamer thing and you had to click a cutoff in order to get there, you might not make it as a streamer early on. Like, the gatekeeping and the moderating and what content makes it or doesn't make it. Like, this is why I said everything that Stale said in his video is true. Like, it's a meme, lol, internet jannings or whatever, but it really is a big deal on like who likes you or who doesn't like you, or what content is being shown to people, what content isn't, especially on these sites where you have millions and millions or tens of millions of unique visits per month.
Was the top moderator of your #1 gaming subreddit, r/Livestreamfails, before I was recently removed from that position by the Reddit Code of Conduct team. I became a Reddit moderator for one reason, and that is because I think that Reddit communities and correspondingly its moderators have massive power and influence, and for some reason, nobody seems to notice, care, or take this seriously. Least of all, its moderators or the company.
You know, that's not really a good look to say the sole reason you pursued this path of heroism as a Reddit moderator is because you believed that it held so much power. So you're basically just saying that you were power hungry and wanted to take this spot so that way you could feel powerful. He believes that Reddit communities and specifically Reddit moderators hold a strong level of sway and power, and that's why he became one himself. That, I don't think, is a good look, man. It's not even coming from like a place of passion or something for communities. He is literally saying he did it because he wanted to be strong.
Is that really what he said, though? Really?
I understand that Reddit communities, like Reddit as a whole, is a platform that does hold like legitimate influence over like conversations and topics and stuff like that. So by extension, moderators have a lot of ability to control narratives by hiding things or boosting things, and that is something that I've talked about in the past and a lot of people have made mentions of many times. It's been a pretty big yapping point for a while.
Hold on. What are these clips I got sent?
What is this, Yahoo News? I don't believe that. What is this, Yahoo News? Yeah. I don't believe that.
Okay. The first one is good.
What is this, Yahoo News? I don't believe that.
Yeah, we'll keep that one.
This is the quintessential Reddit mod mentality. You know the stereotype that exists of power-tripping Reddit mods? He is, in the first minute of this video, confirming that is exactly what drives him, is power. Like this small modicum of power that he was bestowed for the Livestreamfails subreddit. And it's... the level of self-importance is sickening.
In this video, I will go over why I believe this, and I will also talk about a code of conduct moderation action that was taken against me due to good faith mistakes that I believe were caused by a clear lack of direct material support that the company gives its moderators. I will end the video by talking about what you, Spez, can do to fix this problem, as well as what I and other communities can do in case Reddit does not solve this very serious mismanagement.
One of the main reasons this video is received badly is not what he says, but how he looks and how he speaks. It's negative charisma. I mean, like, you can argue he should shave his head. If we're doing licks or whatever, I guess. He should shave his head. He sounds fine. What do you mean? His diction is fine. His speech is fine. It could just come down to him needing to shave his head, and then maybe it would be taken better. But the his communication, especially for if anybody that works in any software adjacent industry, is already 50 trillion times better than most of you aspie fucking retards. So I don't know what you mean by how he sounds negative charisma. It's probably just the fact that he needs to shave his head.
Problem regarding the lack of support that is given to moderators.
So here's the spoiler alert. He is going to be playing a sad song on the world's smallest violin about how he's been removed now as top mod of Livestreamfails because he was promoting a scam through that subreddit, which did ultimately result in people losing money. There were actual victims of the scam, so he has been removed of his...
Whoa! That's a lie. I don't believe it. Unless I've seen... Because Charlie said over and over again that there were a bunch of people posting, but there was no proof posted. Who? Show me. Just one person. And then I would let that claim stand. I haven't seen any proof of that. But...
position at the top of the food chain on Livestreamfails, and he is now putting a decent chunk of that blame on Reddit itself for not giving him the tools to avoid this from happening. Like he, at a certain point, there's like a brief moment of self-awareness, like this lightning bolt of self-awareness, where he's like, yeah, you know, it was a little fishy. But then he like immediately pushes it onto Reddit, like, but if Reddit had given me access to brand deals and lawyers, this probably wouldn't have happened. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about? You're a Reddit mod. Why would Reddit be giving you access to lawyers and brand deals and shit? That doesn't make sense.
First, I will go over the code of conduct action and why I was removed as the top moderator of r/livestreamfail. This sounds like stupid internet drama, I know, but I'm going to talk about how this is a very clear example about...
The biggest issue with him is this is not a conversation you would ever have with the public. This would be a video or conversation you would have with management or owners or some contact or some people you make a presentation that work in the company itself. That's the biggest issue.
How Reddit's mistakes causes very serious problems to Reddit's community and the company as a whole.
It was your mistake, buddy.
Mods are important, sure, but why in the fuck would Reddit need to spend tens of thousands of dollars per community for these types of opportunities? Their communication with the mods is basically the content is bringing our rules, fix that, and that's all it needs to be. The idea that Reddit needs to provide anything beyond analytics double sub is wild. Providing lawyers and brokering partnerships is a wild ask of Reddit. That's not the business of Reddit. Absolutely true, you're right. The only business of Reddit, but this is the problem, maybe you support this, maybe you don't, is they just want to make money. So the reality is that if Reddit could invest some amount of time in actually making the communities better, for actually communicating with or empowering moderators to do their jobs better, in order to curate better communities, Reddit has no interest in it. At best, it would be neutral, revenue neutral for them. At worst, they'd probably just lose money on it because less of the shit posting, meme scrolling, low effort content wouldn't appear as much in different areas, or people just wouldn't have as much of an interest in mindlessly perusing so much of the site. So I agree with you there, and that they would never take an interest in it. But like ideally, we would want more from our sites. But since everything on the internet is just chasing the bottom of the fucking well now, I guess it's...
Fucking Spence wasn't behind you massaging your shoulders as you signed the deal with $1 Million Fan Show, which turned out to be a scam. He wasn't like the Sith Lord projecting into you, trying to convince you to go to the dark side to, you know, sell out Livestreamfails to get more people hooked on $1 Million Fan Show. It was not the CEO of Reddit that forced you to do that, and even if you did have access to lawyers and other brand deals, it wouldn't have prevented something like this from happening. You made the choice.
Here's what happened. There was an announcement related to a live stream related game show called $1 Million Fan. I heard about the game show a few hours after it got announced by a couple major live streamers. It sounded like the perfect type of content for a Livestreamfail. I mean, reality TV, game show, live streaming, gaming.
There's got to be a middle ground between analytics to lawyers and partnership agents. I mean, some of the subreddits, I don't know how active they are anymore, but some of the subreddits were basically doing that, like almost like partnership agency thing on their own, right? Because I feel like, I don't know if Ask Me Anything used to have like a team of people that would like reach out to celebs and agents and stuff, and they would have like back and forths to like figure all that. I don't know how serious or formal the subreddit is anymore. Like theoretically, stuff like that could exist for like other subreddits. Like there's a whole bunch of stuff that you could do, but the internet is obsessed with just the lowest of effort content right now. So nobody would invest time or effort into any of this. The goal is to just maximize screen time by scrolling as much shit in front of you as possible to keep you locked on your device.
You know, that's perfect for LSF, which is about fun, crazy content about kind of live streaming gamers.
If that isn't the stinkiest load of horseradish I've ever heard with that description of LSF, do you go on your own subreddit? Have you ever been on your own subreddit? That's not what...
Fail. I mean, reality TV, game show, live streaming, gaming, you know, that's perfect for LSF, which is about fun, crazy content about kind of live streaming gamers.
If that isn't the stinkiest load of horseradish I've ever heard with that description of LSF, do you go on your own subreddit? Have you ever been on your own subreddit? That's not what it is. That's not what you just described at all. That is the most blatant misrepresentation of that subreddit I've ever heard anyone try to squeak out. If this was Pinocchio, his nose would have just went fucking Wumbo Insano style with that lie right there. Anyone who has ever visited LSF in the last, 7 years will tell you it is not a subreddit for crazy, wacky clips of gaming and, stream fails or anything like that. I don't know why he's even trying that angle. Everyone knows that's not what that subreddit is.
So when I heard about this...
I mean, it is. It's definitely been superseded recently And I mean, it comes and goes in waves, but it more comes than goes. It's definitely been superseded by a lot of drama stuff. But I mean, like, there's still shit like that there. It's just not. People love the drama, which ironically enough technically fits more with the reality TV show narrative anyway.
I was very excited. I immediately reached out to the organizers to see if we could set up some sort of a collaboration. This collaboration would just be to get cool content on the subreddit. No, financial incentives, no moderators being paid, basically none of anything like that, just fun, cool stuff for the community in the subreddit. For collaborations, the first obvious thing that came to mind was, how do we get their content on the subreddit? Either some superfans or some editors could clip some cool hype moment from the show and then post it to the subreddit.
Look at the top clips of the last year. I feel like the problem is, like, I feel like wacky, cool stuff is always going to be like mid to mid-high if it's good, but like the maximum engagement stuff is always going to be the maximally dramatic stuff, I think. Although technically somebody shocking their dog is kind of a stream fail, no? For top 10, we've got Hassan. Speed just gifted his bus driver 50,000 Rolex watch. I mean, I feel like this is kind of in the vein of like fun, whatever streamer moment. It's not necessarily a failure, but we've got another Hassan dog shocker. Jack Doherty gets a reality check from a kid who clown how he acts.
Does he know what it's like to face his consequences, buddy?
What did I do wrong, buddy?
You bump into people in the street, and then you get your big bodyguard to protect you. Everything you do, you Jack Doherty everything. You fake
Wait,
everything. You
fuck?
rug all your videos. Yeah, you rug all your videos, bro. I know that McKinley shit was fake. I know that McKinley shit was fake. Hug that pillow and wishing it was McKinley. I know you wish that was McKinley.
Damn.
Jesus. You gotta admit, too, the football player kid here is pretty brave because he's talking shit to this guy who's like, Jack must be at least 2 or 3 years older than him, right?
Spit on people and then he protects you.
I'm getting
He
pressed.
protects you. Yo, oh, you don't want him, bro.
Yo, chill, man. That's my girl.
Your girl, bro, you got no girls.
1, 2, 3, 4. I feel like this is like an LSF fail now. UFC fighter says he's an interest in fighting the whitest card next year. Just to go hang out with the fucking Epstein list. I'm good, dude. Another Hassan thing. This is a good one. Andrew Tate's all awful. Okay. Wait, I feel like most of these are pretty... Oh, this is a drama one. Okay. And this is kind of a drama one, sure. None of them are gaming, though. True. Although Twitch has shifted pretty dramatically over to IRL stuff. Has shifted to IRL stuff. So that's true. They're not really gaming related. Although when OnlyFans was doing, somebody brought that up. When OnlyFans was doing their World of Warcraft shit, that was gaming related. I feel like there were a ton of clips blowing up on that, yeah.
What? That's what happens already organically on every other stream. Why would this, a potential $20 million reality TV show...
The first obvious thing that came to mind was, how do we get their content on the subreddit? Either some superfans or some editors could clip some cool hype moment from the show and then post it to the subreddit.
What? That's what happens already organically on every other stream. Why would this, a potential $20 million reality TV show, be any different? Obviously, things would already be being clipped and posted on the LSF subreddit. Why would you be reaching out about a collaboration to ensure that happens when you know for a fact it already would if this fucking show ever actually existed in the first place? That doesn't make any sense to me at all. Like, trying to be extremely charitable here, maybe he was under the impression that this would be exclusive to Amazon Prime, thus they wouldn't have the rights to post it on LSF.
I mean, like, another issue too here, and this is not to shit on Charlie, because I'll shit on myself too. Because I always say this. I always complain. I don't complain, but like, streaming is very low effort content, and I feel bad for people that do prepared stuff. Like, you might spend 2 months on a video that gets 5 times the views that one of my video gets, but I've streamed for 60 days in those 2 months and I've made, 50 times your money or more, just because of how much content I can create, because I'm just sitting in front of my computer talking. Charlie is this isn't a mean thing. Okay, I'm a low effort streamer, I would say, pretty low effort. Charlie is a very low effort YouTube person. Like, he turns the camera on, and I think he would even agree with this. He turns the camera on, he speaks a little bit. Sometimes there might be a screenshot or a video that he's going back and forth between, but like, that's it. I don't like it when low effort content creators are intensely critical of people trying to do higher effort stuff without at least trying to offer up their own ideas. Like, I understand you saying that, like, well, this happens automatically and you don't have to try high effort for anything. You don't have to do any of that. And this, and it's like, well, I mean, some people like to put more effort into things and do stuff, and there's more risk too, right? Like, you see QTCinderella for all of the cringe and, you know, whatever shit that goes on. Some of the streamer words sometimes, like, I give her a lot of props for trying. It takes a lot. What's the critic is never the man in the arena or whatever, you know? I think, you know, I give a lot of people credit for, or fan to go out and do the hosting thing or whatever. Like, these are, yeah, it requires a lot more, everything, more planning, more risk, more money and time investment, less return of income. Yeah.
But on the flip side of that coin, he said he heard about this from streamers, thus he would have known that it was going to be streamed on Twitch in the first place, thus it would still be clippable for LSF. Like, that's just business as usual. I don't know why he would reach out about a collaboration to do what was already no doubt going to be done already. It just, that doesn't pass the smell test. I don't understand.
But I also had a stretch goal, and that was, what if LSF could be part of the show in some way? I don't know, there could be like a LSF-themed best clip contest. Like, contestants compete in one of the kind of small challenges, they make the best clip, and then somebody kind of wins a prize at the end. It was a stretch goal, though.
Why, though? LSF best clip is just the best clip from the event. Why does LSF's name need to be attached to it? This guy is treating Livestreamfail like it's his personal brand. Like, this is his baby, this is his product. So all the clips that hit LSF are actually top mods clips as well. I mean,
like, but that's kind of what you want, right? You want the moderators of a subreddit to feel like the content reflects what they want the subreddit to look like. This is why moderation is so important. Like, you wouldn't want just like a moderator that doesn't give a fuck. Is that what you want? And again, I understand that like the circle jerk is like, oh, mods, blah, blah, blah. And also, by the way, fuck mods, okay? Because I get banned by a lot of shit, even before I was a streamer, because I was an edgy piece of shit, okay? So fuck mods. It's not like I have some, you know, emotional investment in it, but I'm saying you want mods to give a fuck about the subreddit. You want mods to care about the things that they're investing their time and energy and everything into. I don't know why you would make fun of that. I feel like I'm back in a millennial high school where it's like, bro, you tried? What a fucking loser. Imagine trying. What do you put your backpack on with both straps? The fuck is wrong with you, loser?
Just don't even get this stretch goal here. I think he just wanted LSF's name out there more because it gives him more power in some capacity, because this is totally useless. Again, whatever would win best clip would just be someone else's content. There doesn't necessitate a Livestreamfails shout out there for some reason. Like, even if they were the ones that were like hosting votes on what the best clip is, who gives a fuck? That could have been anything and anyone where people like the actual communities would vote on it, not just his subreddit. Anyway, though, he goes on to explain that they accepted this proposal.
Somebody said, Destiny, Charlie has a soap brand that he does himself. He has a comic series, making an anime movie from it. He has an IRL card game channel. He makes IRL videos with his friends. He owned and managed an esports team for years, losing money on it for fun. He doesn't just do low-effort YouTube. Okay, that might be true. I haven't seen any of that, but it might be true. I don't mean I haven't seen it like it's not real. I just haven't seen it. So maybe he does other high-effort stuff too.
He was super hype about it because it meant this was a big moment for the subreddit, and he even made a mention that he believed he could turn this into even more opportunities for the subreddit going further, snowballing it into even more LSF prominence.
So we quickly worked to make an announcement together, and I posted it the next day. When I posted it, everybody in the comment section immediately yelled, scam, 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 scam. I mean, think about it. Amazon Prime has spent lots of money on tons of shows, and, you know, I didn't necessarily think that the show was worth $20 million, but, you know, that doesn't mean that Amazon Prime wouldn't fund it. And, you know, if LSF was involved, maybe it would actually succeed. You know, maybe my involvement alone could make the $20 million kind of investment worth it. Who knows? At least that's what I thought.
It sounds like you weren't thinking at all, though. Why would Amazon be spending $20 million on like 8 streamers and their fans on Twitch and only a $5 million grand prize for Mr. fucking Beast? What sense does that make, man? That isn't really checking out either.
I don't know where this weird talking point came from. This is like probably the most low IQ talking point I keep hearing. It's like 20 million for that, and Mr. Beast, Mr. Beast, Mr. Beast, Mr. Beast, 20 million, but the Mr. Beast. Like, I don't know where this talking point comes from. I mean, there could be totally different ways of funding things. I don't know. Maybe they had a different concept in mind for funding this program, or maybe they had a different way of maybe they were going to sell, I said they were going to sell emotes or whatever bullshit. Maybe 20 million was the upper limit. I have no idea. I don't know how Mr. Beast funded his thing. I don't know how many sponsors he relied on or how much money he put into it himself, or what platform he sold that program to. I don't understand where this thing keeps coming from. It's like, you can't possibly be Mr. Beast. I don't know where this, I keep hearing this talking point over and over and over again. Yeah.
Also, he's making kind of like a joke about, you know, maybe my involvement alone would make it worth the investment. But that's how he actually feels, by the way. Like, that's his tone throughout this whole video. He truly believes that he is like God's gift to streaming because he was the top mod of Livestreamfail. It is a very like scary mentality to have, and I do genuinely feel bad for him that he has like poisoned his own brain to this level, deluded himself into thinking that him being a top mod on a subreddit was like something of significance and like something of like brand importance.
I'm a highly paid software engineer working in San Francisco. I do not need to take a couple $1,000 bribes from, you know, random internet scams, okay? I was doing this because I legitimately, care about the subreddit, and that's why I spend my time on it.
So he debunks rumors that he was paid to promote $1 Million Show from the organizers, saying that he doesn't need to be taking bribes, he's financially well off. He then goes on to say that he was addressing like some of the deleted comments because that was a specific mention in why Reddit canned him, because it potentially showed malice because he was involved in this promotion that ended up being a scam, and so he wanted to address like the deleted comments. He then has a section dedicated to me where I talked about the scam, and then the organizers were talking to him like, well, since Charlie talked about the scam, 5 streamers dropped out, so we're no longer doing this anymore. Pack your bags, take down the post. And then he says I didn't do it.
Yeah, and I don't know. He keeps calling it a scam. I feel like Amazon or Netflix should sue him. I don't know. This is just crazy to me that this scam narrative like spun out of nothing, and I don't know where it came from. I don't know what the scam is, unless I'm just retarded and I missed it. I don't know where this is. I don't know how you can just label something as scam, and I don't even know who's getting scammed or what is the scam.
To say that he was addressing like some of the deleted comments because that was a specific mention in why Reddit canned him, because it potentially showed malice because he was involved in this promotion that ended up.
Wait.
Breaking news! Breaking news! Breaking news! Breaking news! Huge breaking news!
What? How'd you get a better one than we did?
How is it better than yours?
Yours, he's fucking losing his mind.
Well.
Oh, I don't want to watch any more of this.
Okay, good. All right, we got these.
Being a scam, and so he wanted to address like the deleted comments. He then has a section dedicated to me where I talked about the scam, and then the organizers were talking to him like, well, since Charlie talked about the scam, 5 streamers dropped out, so we're no longer doing this anymore. Pack your bags, take down the post. And then he says I didn't do enough research on it because I didn't reach out to him or the organizers.
But beyond that, it doesn't seem like he did much research. I don't think that he reached out to any of the organizers. He certainly didn't reach out to me, and I mean...
Do you think Reddit was wrong in removing Stale? Is deleting the comments a big deal? I mean, if Reddit didn't communicate it, yeah, I don't know why they removed him. I think it's kind of weird, but I can't comment on it because Hassan has mind raped a lot of people into thinking that Stale is my personal pet. So any defense I do Stale, all of his pedophile dick sucks are just going to assume that. And then for anybody else who just hates internet janitors in general, so it is what it is.
I don't know if he reached out to Mythic Talent or any of the streamers. And that important point is that nothing in this situation has yet to be definitively proven as a scam. I repeat, there is no definitive, at least public information yet, that anything fraudulent, malicious, or illegal has happened in the situation.
Oh, the pedophile himself has spoken. Destiny's top orbiter, who openly turned LSF into a harassment/cyber stalking operation for enemies of his favorite streamer, has been forcibly removed from his position. He's still bragging that the entire mod team are his people, by the way. Yeah, good one.
Top orbiter, Mr. Mutin dethroned.
Brother, your level of research was cold calling the organization dick in hand, begging to be associated with them, and then that was the extent of it, because apparently you heard one of the streamers promote it. And yet he's going to be causing a hubbub because I didn't reach out to him for his perspective. Brother, I didn't even really talk about you in my video, just that you were associated with this shit, roped into the same scam that they were. And for what it's worth, if you watch the video, you would know I did get in contact with 2 agencies, one of which got the exact same contracts that Mythic did and got information on that, as well as getting one of the actual offers that Mythic was taking to the streamers. So I was very well familiarized with everything that was unfolding behind the scenes. And again, it doesn't take a super sleuth to go to their website and see that it's just fucking barnacles, man. One of their partners didn't even exist. There was no website and no business. Their about section was AI-generated mumbo-jumbo. Every single paragraph ended in triplets and also had the telltale sign of, it's not this, it's this, over and over and over again. Their first image on their site was literally an AI-generated mansion, and he mentions that in this video, but then goes on to say shamelessly that there's no definitive proof that this was ever a scam in the first place. That's a wild statement. Why don't you ask the people who spent money on this how they feel? Do they feel like they got their money's worth? Did they get the product they paid for? I imagine not, because this event is not even potentially in the cards. And
how big do you think is the chance of LSF becoming tanky infested through mods like r/YouTube drama and such? Probably low, just because most of the streamers aren't there. Hassan lost a lot of his connections at Twitch. Asmongold is way larger. XQC is larger. My community is larger. Like, I don't know where the tanky community would come from.
Doesn't seem like it ever was
like
to begin with.
The real
man.
elephant in the room is like Stale repeatedly removed a fuck ton of content that was like about to go viral against Hassan like multiple times. Like if you look in DGG chat at people bitching at Stale, it's fucking nonstop. Like this motherfucker is removing this shit. Why? Like people, like even that guy Stale2000 on Twitter is like the popular thread about Hassan chalking his dog again has been removed. Like it's just I don't know. But yeah.
Their socials are removed. The website is down. Amazon hasn't made a peep about it. From what I've heard, the agent.
Although Sonic ignores Asmon, obviously botting negative threads about him too. I'm pretty sure. I don't know. I don't think Asmon would do it directly, just because I don't think he would have. I don't think he would put the effort into it. But I'm pretty sure there are Asmon fans that downvote bomb some threads, because there are too many threads I see or I used to see threads over the week. There was like 5 or 6 of them, I thought, where like there were all the top upvoted comments were negative about Asmongold, and there were like hundreds of comments, or at least 100 plus, but the thread would be at 0 points, and it feels like it got bombed, unless all the Asmon fans are just doing drive-bys in the sub on anything negative about him.
Agencies are pissed about this. All signs point to this being a scam. Like, any sane, sensible person would look at all of this evidence and reach the same conclusion.
Literally nothing about this has shown itself to be a scam at all. I don't think anything about this has shown itself to be a scam. Maybe a too early of an idea that wasn't fully cooked through or whatever, but a scam? I haven't seen any. Nobody's presented any evidence of that.
That this was horseradish. I don't know why he's trying to present...
Bro, everybody's dead, Mr. Sheeran. It's over. They're all gone. Russell, Angelo, Salerno, Tro, Dorfman, Sally Bugs, they're gone. Who are you protecting? Frank, it's time. It's time you say what happened.
You seem like nice fellas. Yeah, I appreciate you coming to see me, but I can't help you.
That's it?
That's it.
Everybody's dead, Mr. Sheeran. It's over.
It's something otherwise now.
The only
When do you go to dinner? It's supposed to be at 7:30. It depends on when I want to show up.
confirmed things that we have right now is that I guess there was a website, looked a little weird, there was some bad publicity, everybody called it a scam, and then a bunch of streamers dropped out, and then the event got canceled, and everybody got refunded. None of this is illegal. None of this is proved to be a scam. At least yet. Maybe I'll eat these words.
Brother, you're eating your own cock right now. What are you talking about? And then everyone clapped. Like, this is just fanfic. Where are you getting this information? There was an explicit no refund policy on their website baked into it. It was very boldly stated there are no refunds once you make these purchases. Who got a refund? I haven't seen anyone,
I haven't seen it. Did anybody buy anything? A no refund policy does not make it a scam. If you say no refunds and the person didn't get a thing that they paid for, sure, that might be a scam. Well, even at that, for it to be a scam, it would have to have been intentionally fucked from the beginning, like they were intending to scam you, because scam implies intentionality, not just failure to deliver a product. And like, yeah, the idea that, I don't know, whatever. He doesn't even have any proof of anybody buying anything. If he would have done, and it's also weird because if he would have done the slightest amount of homework into this, all he would have had to have done is make an account and go try to buy something from the site just to verify it himself before he makes the video. Like, oh, I made an account, I went to this website, I tried to buy a thing, and wow, they charged me $10 even though I didn't get anything, and now I'm trying to get like, he did this with a Trump phone. Oh, no, wait, he didn't even pre-order a Trump phone, did he? Did he actually pre-order one, or did he just, because I know when he called in, he said he gave them fake details to check in on the status of it, so maybe he didn't even pre-order that? I don't know.
Posting receipts of getting a refund from the money they spent on this. Where are you getting that information from? That's a genuine question. Maybe he's seeing things that I'm not seeing somewhere. Because I even looked into it after.
Like, Charlie's asking for proof that people got refunded, and Charlie hasn't even provided proof that people bought anything. What the fuck are we talking about?
He made this video wondering like, whoa, they refunded? That's pretty surprising. I can't find any proof of that. I would love to see where he found that.
It's really not a secret or very surprising. I got removed directly for the post that I pinned to the top of the subreddit related to the game show or supposed and alleged scam, as well as kind of for deleting comments that were kind of critical.
If you make a crypto shitcoin but have no idea what you're doing and get front ran and rugged before you can rug your followers, are you still a scammer? Well, if you say before you can rug your followers, that makes it sound like you were intending to rug them, which would make it a scam. In my mind, scamming is like lying. It requires like an intentionality. I mean, you can kind of meme and say there was like, oh, he unintentionally scammed somebody, but it's a different thing. People could be like grossly incompetent. Like, I don't think, I don't want to use Elon as an example because I'm not actually sure. Like when Elon promises like full self-driving or whatever, I mean, at this point, maybe you could say it's a scam. I don't know at the beginning if I would call that a scam, though. I think he's just retarded. I think he actually thought he was always like 1 year away from fucking general AI being solved by Tesla cars. But like over-promising on something and then failing to deliver on it is not a scam. It's just you fuck up. It's bad, and you should refund people, and maybe there's even accountability for it, but it's not necessarily a scam. Now, the Elizabeth Holmes and her medical device, that was a scam. The one guy with the truck rolling down the hill, that was a scam. These people are intentionally lying to you about a thing, and they know it's a lie, but that's a different thing.
I also want to make a comment about kind of the Reddit Code of Conduct team as a whole. Reddit has all this flowery language about how kind of the Code of Conduct team is not here to punish you. It's kind of here to get you to act in good faith. It's here to kind of give you second chances and warnings and all of this stuff. And apparently, all of that are lies.
No, man.
If it wasn't fully fleshed out, why would they even allow people to pay for something? Are they that retarded? I mean, they might want people to pay early as proof of concept to show Amazon that there's interest in it. Oh, that seems really risky and stupid to me. But I don't even know if people were paying for things. I don't know. That's the thing. I don't know if they were even accepting money yet. I'm not sure if that was the case or not. I don't know.
It feels like the perfect implementation of that protocol. You pinned what seems to be, from all possible evidence, a scam. I don't know why he is trying so desperately to persuade to the contrary. Maybe it's because he believes that if he can try and, like, prove that he really believes that it's not fraudulent, he can get his position back as top mod of LSF. I don't know, or maybe, like, getting really conspiratorial, maybe he worked with the organizers in a deeper capacity than he's letting on. But that's just a possible game theory. It's just extremely peculiar how hard he is fighting to try and convince himself and others that maybe this wasn't a scam, when all available evidence points towards this being fraudulent. And if this video is him trying to make a case for himself why he should be reinstated and get that power coursing through his veins again as a moderator on Reddit, then this is a terrible job, because what he is doing now is showing that he is willing to even defend what seems to be, by all possible accounts, a scam that he was directly associated with, maybe unknowingly, and now he is doubling down on it. That is a terrible look, and that makes you look like an unhinged moderator who, even when proven to be incorrect, will not see that, will not take the accountability there. And now he's getting mad at the Code of Conduct team for enforcing their rules. He deleted comments that were critical of his decision to promote this sketchy game show, and promoted a sketchy game show that resulted in people spending money on something that didn't exist. Doesn't
Well, he wasn't even making money on it.
exist. So
Why would Stale say people got refunded if no one paid for tickets? It doesn't seem to be in dispute that people paid money for this. Then just show me proof of it. I don't know. If Stale said that, I didn't hear him because I was doing my messages. But just show me proof. When I listened to Charlie do the first video, Charlie said that there were comments of people saying that they bought stuff and got scammed, but nobody posted any proof of it. I saw one person in, I think, YouTube chat say that somebody posted a receipt, or somebody posted that they paid $300 on something, but they did get a refund. I don't know. I don't know if anybody's actually paid for it. I have no idea. I lean towards no, because if people were paying stuff and getting scammed, people usually post like receipts of this shit, a literal actual receipt all the time to blow it up. It's like, oh, look, here's my payment. I just did this and I didn't get fucking anything and I got scammed. Or usually it's the internet. People post that shit all the time.
I feel like it's a pretty justified termination of his moderator status.
Now, here's the most important part of the video, Spez. This is a direct message to you and only you. I want to talk about how this whole situation is a direct result of the lack of support that Reddit, the company, gives to its moderators. Yeah, I did the partnership. Yeah, I didn't look into this as much as I should, and I trusted kind of agencies and live streamers when I should not have. And I did delete comments, which I thought would have been borderline defamatory if the situation wasn't, I guess, a scam, even though it technically hasn't been proven to be a scam yet. But despite all of that, there is still massive kind of like problems at Reddit, the company, due to the lack of support that caused this.
Now, this message may have been only for Spez, but I've intercepted the broadcast here. Now, I've put my ear into it, and I'm taking a listen, and what I'm hearing is fucking wild. He almost gets into a level of accountability where he's like, yeah, I did the partnership. Yeah, I didn't look into it. I didn't do any research on it. And then he immediately falls back into, but it hasn't really been fully proven to be a scam. And also, it's actually...
Didn't Charlie's original video show that the website was selling emote packs? Yeah, but nobody tried to buy them. I don't know if you would have, maybe if you click, like, doesn't Pokey's cookie site show that they're still selling cookies? It doesn't mean you can buy it just because it's... Why, do I even have to say this? You know this, right? There's stuff that's listed for sale online. Sometimes when you click through, it says it's either sold out or you click and you go to pay and you get an error page because there's not anything actually there. I don't know.
In a large part, Reddit's fault that this happened in the first place because I wasn't given enough tools at my disposal to avoid making stupid decisions.
Reddit moderators have power. They have influence. If you were one of the people who is joking about like internet janitor duties or whatever, I'm sorry to tell you, it's funny jokes, but you are wrong. Reddit moderation does matter. Reddit moderators have control over millions of impressions per day, and nobody seems to notice or care. Let's just talk about LSF. Think of all the streamer careers that have been created because of LSF. Think about the even larger number of streamer careers that have been destroyed because of LSF, because some clip went viral about like something bad that they did.
He made you, and he can tear you down as well. This is top mod LSF. It giveth and it taketh. And he also said doodities, which actually had me giggling. I don't know why he said doodities, but that was fucking hype. Anyway, this is now his spiel about why Reddit moderators are extremely powerful dragon-level, adversaries and should be taken seriously, and no one seems to notice. It's not that nobody notices, it's that nobody's happy about it. There shouldn't be people like this that can just power trip and control a conversation and control what people are able to opine on or not, like with deleted comments or deleted posts and stuff like that, where they can hide certain things or boost certain things. That's a bad thing.
Like what Charlie's saying in practice is true, or in theory is true, but what this would look like then, and I'm curious, maybe this has happened, and I just haven't seen the conversations. Like if a bunch of other mods were saying, bro, I can't believe you're removing this stuff. Like these are legitimate comments and you're power tripping and you're just trying to cover your own tracks or whatever. Then I think there's like meat to this argument. But as far as I'm aware, was that happening? Or?
I mean, Stale wrote in his logs, fuck, let me see if I still have this. Messages. Your fucking site is like slow as fuck right now. This it. Hold on.
Even Hassan knows not food shops is a pedo. Well, does this guy watch food shops? Does this guy watch my orbiters at late night?
You left out details. She is an admitted pedophile. Oh yeah, I forgot. There's also that as well. Apparently, this person got outed as a pedophile.
Outed.
Yeah. You left.
Why is he even watching her YouTube videos? What the fuck? He was watching a clip of Stale2000 talking to her on stream. Oh, gotcha. Hassan's my biggest fan. True. I hope he subs.
Look at the most recent thing I just sent you. In his most recent message, I guess.
He follows the anti-fan accounts on Twitter like the Substance guy? No shot. Okay, what are these all today or hold on?
No, just the most recent one, I think.
No, nothing changes. If anything, you were right, DGG. I was protecting Hassan, but it wasn't because I cared about Hassan. It was being the political drama was getting boring and I wanted new content. What is this? What is this about?
This is Stale saying that like he was protecting Hassan while he was there.
Oh no, I was curious about if the mods or the admins were getting into arguments about banning comments about this supposed scam thing or whatever. That's what I was curious about.
Oh, sorry.
Way to go.
Knows that it exists, and everyone knows that there is actual power in that. I don't think anyone actually disputes that.
I have had major live streamers who are effectively celebrities come to me and beg to kind of remove, negative posts about them. An even crazier story is the time when some Twitch employees found me in person and borderline begged me to make sure LSF is not used to destroy the multi-billion-dollar company Twitch, partially because at the time LSF was indeed being used to destroy the multi-billion-dollar company Twitch. Deservedly so, by the way.
That's right, you better bow down. Every Twitch employee, when he walked through the door at TwitchCon, got on their hands and knees, instantly groveling at his feet, begging, pleading with him to stop the attack on Twitch, the multi-billion-dollar organization. Dan Clancy came in and sucked his wiener, I heard, in order to try and appease him so that he would stop using LSF to destroy the multi-billion-dollar corporation that is Twitch. Like, come on, man. Like, look at how you're talking about this. This is exactly why you shouldn't have a position as a top moderator of a subreddit. Like, this, you are demonstrating the caricature of a Reddit moderator right now.
Or even just take this literal circumstance. Imagine the whole kind of operation was legit. Well, guess what? One single post on LSF caused all of the streamers to drop out and destroyed a $20 million opportunity.
True.
Sorry, Mythic. My bad. Or imagine it was, I guess, a scam through and through. Well, guess what? We were the ones to expose it and destroy it before it had the chance to cause any real harm. I mean, everybody got refunded after all. Guess things ended up okay.
Why do you keep saying that? Where are you finding that information about everyone getting refunded? Are the organizers telling you that? Like, I really don't know where you're seeing that. But again, man, yes, it is a big subreddit, which means things like this information about a $20 million potential scam will have naturally blossomed there, as it would anywhere else on like a big Twitter community or a different subreddit. LSF just happens to be the biggest one. It has nothing to do with you. This is just natural when there is a big community. This would happen on another platform or another subreddit. It is not your achievement for creating the LSF ecosystem that shares clips about a potential scam. And in fact, you could even make an argument that you have actually been a hindrance in some cases in the past with certain things that weren't allowed to blossom there. Like, this is, I don't even...
Wait, like what? An example would be good there.
Understand the point he's making. People know that big subreddits or big Twitter communities or whatever do have a lot of influence. But that happens with or without this guy as the top moderator of the subreddit. That is just the result of a ton of people all in a similar space, in a similar vertical, that are sharing things back and forth. Like, his point is one that everybody knows.
I was one of your most passionate users. I was in the Reddit partnership program from the start. I took advantage of every opportunity that I could. I had meetings with kind of the Reddit community managers. I begged them for help and kind of partnership opportunities at every chance that I could. And I was blown off every single time.
You already said at the beginning of the video that the sole reason you pursued this moderator status is because of the power that it afforded. I don't know why he's now trying to say that he's just so passionate. And even in this section here, he's talking about how he was trying to utilize every possible advantage to like get like brand deals and stuff, man. That's self-enrichment through this position. This doesn't really seem like it's coming from a place of a guy who's trying to like
self-enrichment,
better communities or improve subreddits or make things better for others. This feels like you were chasing power and trying to use it to continue to climb that Reddit ladder, whatever that may be.
I was one of the only moderators out there who tried to grow my community, who had any ambition, who tried to work with the company or help other subreddits or help the kind of the company that whole, and it didn't matter. I failed, and it failed because of how mismanaged and how little support Reddit, the company, gives to moderators. None of this would have happened if I had gotten support from Reddit. Do you think that I want to be the guy like going out, like messaging random people in Discords and LinkedIn's and trying to figure out kind of these partnerships? I don't.
Then don't fucking do it, buddy! Chalamet! I'm gonna drop an Adam Sandler impression on you here. You are a moderator in a subreddit. Why are you chasing down brand partnerships and collaborations, buddy? The whole point of subreddits is just for a community to come together and talk about certain things, share certain things. And your job as a moderator, and I use job very loosey-goosey because it should never be misconstrued as a job. It's supposed to be filled by very passionate fans of similar mind in the same space.
I thought you just said passionate people were cringe, though. I mean, nobody should have passion or ownership. Listen, I'm praising him on his Trump stuff, but like, this whole video is just like a, like if you were to take you can't really say if you would just ask an AI anymore because they're more sophisticated now. But if you were to take one of those LLMs from like 3 years ago and say like, hey, can you read every Reddit comment and make me a video about Reddit mods? Like that's what this video would be. It's like,
then just enforce like certain rules about like, you know, making sure someone doesn't get like doxed or something sensitive being shared like that. Like that is supposed to be all it is. Why are you trying to even find partnerships and deals like that? That doesn't seem, in my eyes, to ever benefit the community. It only feels like it would benefit the mods that are chasing it down. You like to use examples, so I'll use one for you. Let's say you chased down this partnership with $1 Million Fan Show, and it wasn't going super well, and the organizers and you, well, you like to exchange back and forth, and they're like, look, we really need a favor here. Can you only post some of the positive stuff from $1 Million Fan Show and get rid of like the pesky, you know, maybe clips that are negative about it? That would really help us. And let's say you object to that, and they're like, okay, well then we're not going to work with you in an official capacity anymore if you don't do this. You see the conflict that this creates? It leads to, I can't believe I use this word when talking about fucking subreddits and mods, but it leads to very blatant corruption.
So like, that was a good example, finally, of how there could be a conflict of interest if there are some kind of paid or partnered collaborations or whatever between an external team and between Reddit, right? And that is a potential thing that could come up. But like, this is why you have a team of moderators, not just a single person making the decision. So ideally stuff like this would happen. And then 2, ideally for any partnerships, this would all be inked in advance. Like you can't be selectively asking us to take clips down. All this would be really well understood before you enter into any kind of partnership or whatever. So that if requests like this were coming down, you could at least communicate with people why it's not good and this is fucked or whatever. But like, at least you give an example. Jesus.
You are now in bed with some of these organizations or someone that could benefit from you gamifying your subreddit to cater it more towards them. Maybe it wasn't financial in this case, maybe you weren't paid for it, but extend this thought process to another type of subreddit where maybe there is someone paying for it. Like let's say I'm a music artist and I want to be featured on like the r/rock, hard rock subreddit, and I want to make sure my single gets out there. So I reach out to a mod and like, hey, look, I'll pay you some money if you can try and like boost this up a little bit. And this is something that I've read reports of happening in the past, and I think you would agree that that's a problem, right? Now,
yeah, true. Actually, you know what might be a good middleman for stuff like this would be a lawyer. Maybe somebody to manage your partnerships in some official capacity to make sure that people weren't overstepping the boundaries of their contract or to help you negotiate better terms. True.
Imagine if those mods are also chasing down other artists like, hey, I see your Spotify streams are a little low. If you toss us a little money here, we can use our subreddit and the influence of it to try and boost it up a little bit higher. That's not a good thing.
If Reddit had offered me partnership,
Charlie is usually on the right side of history about the most common sense YouTuber you'll find. Not sure about the stuff. This one, I mean, like, well, and he'll be on the quote unquote right side of history on this one because most people will remember this as such because people just think of Reddit moderators as always being demons or whatever. Which, you know, hey, whatever, fuck him. But it's generally just because he doesn't really take a controversial stance on much stuff, and when you don't do that ever, you're generally safe. Yeah.
if Reddit had pipelines to connect with kind of major companies, if Reddit had lawyers that were helping me like reading over these contracts, reading over these agreements, none of these very real mistakes that I made would have happened. Reddit needs to be professionalized, and it starts with the mods.
That seems very frustrating when people have all this energy for Reddit mods, but legit have no idea how terrible Reddit admins are about shit. Hobbit follower, why don't you put the Janie in the bag, okay? Got him. No, there is one of the most frustrating things. I'm not as active for like subreddit moderation because my wonderful head mod Hobbit follower in chat and his mod team have done an exemplary job over the last year taking care of everything. So I don't know if it's still like this, but it probably is. I think the most frustrating thing is every now and then you get like these hand slaps, or you have no idea if your sub is about to get banned or something because of some behavior that the mods were, or the admins were never explicitly clear about. This especially used to happen when it came to brigading. I don't know what I don't know how they figured it out, but the admins were so selective about brigading enforcement to where some subreddits would get fucking nuked over brigading. Like somebody would mention a sub in a comment or link to another comment, and it was like, you don't know, like, I think that's why I don't know if it's still a rule in the sub, but you're not allowed to link to any other subs because of stuff like that. But then there are other subreddits that are literally just meta subs. That's all they do. Subreddit drama is an example of one. I think there's one other big one, but like the whole point is just that they just talk about other subreddits and post in those other subreddits. And it's like, how are they allowed? Like there's definitely, is drama one still? But like there's definitely brigading that goes on from those subs. So yeah.
It can be controversial, but the people who are running your multi-billion-dollar website are unqualified nobodies like me. That doesn't mean it's my fault or their fault. It's your fault, Spez.
Damn, what a mic drop. Brother, there are no qualifications to be a Reddit mod. That is a position that the community is supposed to like decide upon, like, hey, here's our rules, and here's who we would like to enforce them, and that's it. It should never be this deep. I just don't understand why he can't grasp, and maybe he can, and he's just pretending not to, the concept that if you have mods that are financially incentivized to work with brands in collaboration with them to use the community for their collaborators' purpose, you now have a very disingenuous subreddit that is very easily influenced based on who is paying for it. That should be a very clear conflict, a very obvious issue. It should be pretty obvious why Reddit wouldn't want to invest in a suite of resources like...
Yeah, but there's always going to be these types of conflicts, right? What about for mods that want streamers to be their best friends? Somebody said this in chat. I'm going to repeat this because I think it's true, but I'm not 100%. So maybe this is bullshit. But I think, well, I know part of this is true. Before Stale took over the subreddit, there used to be like a special Discord, and I know because I was in it, where every single large streamer was invited to their own room, where you could make requests to the moderators of the LSF sub to like remove posts that you thought were bad about you. And some people did this a fuck ton. There were some streamers that put in so many fucking requests to have subreddits, have threads and everything removed. I think that might have gotten shut down when Stale took over. Oh, Gengar might have been the head mod when they were doing that. So I mean, like, what like that's a quote unquote conflict of interest, you know? One thing I don't like, socialists run into this problem a lot, and it hurts their political analysis too. Sometimes when people analyze power or they analyze conflict of interests, the only thing they look at is money, and they pretend that there's no other like power, status gain, or conflict of interest that can arise. It's only money, and once the money's gone, everything else is, you know, clear. And it's like, okay.
Lawyers and brand ambassadors for Reddit mods to look over contracts and shit for Reddit mods securing deals to sell out their subreddit. That's not a good thing.
That means access to anything that like a talent manager would give an actual celebrity. So access to a bounty board or ad deals or lawyers or event organizers or professionals or anything that actually matters.
To you, personally, actually matters to just you, the guy who is benefiting from the ad deals and brand partnerships and shit. That does nothing for the community you are supposed to be moderating for, brother. What are you not understanding there? Like, he is only arguing to help himself under the guise of it being to grow his subreddit. It only grows you, man.
To summarize, Reddit moderators should be treated like celebrities or influencers, not because they deserve respect or anything, but because they actually have real power and influence. I mean, if not for the world, at least over your $50 billion company, maybe if you gave them actual support, it could go from 50 billion to 100 billion. I mean, it certainly deserves to be that high up for how much traffic Reddit gets.
Yes, a high-level financial growth strategy here. The way to double your company is by spending resources to connect your subreddit moderators with talent managers that will chase down brand deals for them. So that way they can feel like a celebrity and I guess cash in on their mod status.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, I'm really seeing the line now. The pieces of the puzzle are coming together nicely. I get it.
To the community, Spez and Reddit, they're almost certainly not going to fix any of this. All of this is up to us to solve.
He then tries to address the community about like this problem, and I really don't even understand the problem he's trying to portray here, because all he keeps hammering home is that he is a top moderator, wasn't given enough resources like lawyers, and he wasn't treated like a celebrity enough, and he didn't have the ability to chase down brand deals, which led to him making a poor decision here with $1 million fan show. How is that a problem that the community, like, would rally behind, man? You just shouldn't have done it in the first place. Reddit shouldn't be a platform where mods are selling out big communities for the sake of brand deals. I don't see a whole lot of community support coming for that kind of message. He keeps presenting it as a problem, but actually, I think this video demonstrates exactly why Reddit made the right call removing him from his position. Like, I don't know how he's not seeing that.
To solve all of the problems that I have laid out, we will create tools and resources so good, so useful, that everybody will have to work with us. Think talent agency, but for subreddits. You have the big ideas, you have the vision, you have the crazy cool things that you want to do, and we handle the logistics. Materially, that means connections to major companies, partnerships, doing AMAs, running events, doing mod recruitment, cross-collaboration with other relevant subreddits, that kind of stuff.
He then pitches his new thing here, which... a talent agency for subreddit mods, I guess. I don't want to get into it. I've been yapping about this for so long. It's just this video blew my mind that he would actually post something like this. Again, I do actually feel bad for him because this is clearly a position that meant a lot to him, and I'm wishing him the best going forward now without his, sheriff badge of LSF. But I do not think a talent agency for mods is the right path. But, I'm not his dad. He can do what he wants. It's just, this was a mind-boggling adventure watching this one. Anyway, that's really about it. See ya.
This is so toxic from Charlie. No, isn't this like
It's been a while since
harassment?
my last video covering.
I mean, it's not necessarily. If the underlying foundational claims were true, I just don't know where in his mind he got this scam narrative from. And he's running, like I said, it feels like if the foundation of this video is that there was a scam, and then like the LSF mods or still was benefiting from it, then everything logically follows. But I don't I just haven't seen any proof of that, so I'm not sure. I don't know. What the fuck is this? New iPhone 18 Pro.
The illegal alien, because now the illegal alien, you don't have to pay Social Security, you don't have to pay insurance, you don't have to pay other types of fucking like workers' comp and shit.
Wait, let me finish this real quick. 6. Trump has been ruminating on this idea for the past 8 years. Guardian reports that according to John Bolton, National Security Advisor in 2018, Trump was first inspired to acquire Greenland during his first term after a meeting with a billionaire, Ronald Lauder. And after that meeting, the White House team began to explore ways to increase U.S. sway in the vast Arctic territory controlled by Denmark. And then final point 7, reportedly, Trump ordered the U.S. military to prepare invasion plans for Greenland. It was brought up in the discussion on stream, but that info should be taken with a grain of salt. Don't repeat it with a lot of conviction like Zip Zip did. It's reported by UK-based Daily Mail, and I don't see that information echoed or confirmed in any reputable U.S. publication, so it might be garbage. So long story short, European leaders don't seem to think that Trump is just memeing because he's such a goofy guy, and Trump himself doesn't seem to think that he's memeing either. He's been gripping onto the idea of acquiring Greenland for the past 8 years. It's clearly not just memes. There's real shit happening around it, not just TV statements. Now, I don't know if Trump is going to annex Greenland or not. Nobody does at this point, possibly not even Trump. But it's pretty clear that at this point, EU leaders in Denmark have enough to consider the situation a real security threat, which it seems like they do. And the kind of childish, ignorant irreverence Vegan Gains was displaying is very much not appropriate to the situation and is extremely poor vibes-based analysis. Well, hope you find this helpful.
Like this for this person. So really, I think what the big difference here is that whenever you look at these illegal aliens and the advantages that they take over the country, one of the big differences that a lot of people don't understand is that those advantages directly come at the expense of working class Americans. And that's the difference.
This is one of the stupidest zero-sum grievances that conservatives, I guess, have been using forever. This idea that there is a fixed pie and when immigrant come in, U.S. worker lose. This is not true, like for a billion different reasons, obvious and unobvious. This is not true. But this idea that they're coming in at your expense is just so stupid.
The difference between me, Denims, QTCinderella, and all these other illegal alien enjoyers. The difference is that I've always lived in the, I grew up in my house that I live in. I live in the same neighborhood I grew up in. The fact is
there a reference or some sort of international standards on how countries should communicate with each other? Just wondering. I think there is, it's in my Obsidian notes. If you look at my international law part, I think there's a carve out. It might be part of the Geneva Conventions that talks about like special protections for ambassadors and consulates and embassies and how their sovereignty and everything works. But yeah, most countries will have, or all countries will have like a recognized like chain of command with ambassadors that communicate with other countries and are in charge of, it's like part of your sovereignty basically, yeah.
That I haven't really changed my life. I go out every once in a while and I'll go out shopping and I'll buy my own groceries. I get my own food. I live and I solve my own problems. If I have a problem with my car, I take my car to the dealership. I don't have a bunch of people that are like assistants and people helping me and doing stuff. Sure, I have help with some bigger issues, but those are usually related to my stream in general. So like, while yes, I am very successful and I'm rich and everything is going really well for me financially, I live my life as a normal person. These people don't. They don't live their lives like normal people. They have food delivered to them. They have groceries delivered to them. They live a pampered life of luxury. They have house clean.
Wait, does he go out to Wendy's and shit, or does he DoorDash every single meal? How often does he get his oil changed? Where does he drive to?
Cleaners come in and clean their house. You know what happens when I want to clean my house?
He goes out? He drives? Why? Okay, I guess. All right.
I clean my house. That's what happens. So these people live in total luxury, and they're afraid of having that luxury cost a little bit more money in case you have to actually pay Americans for it. So that's really the difference between me and a lot of these other people, is that that's my room. And I'll tell you something. If Denims or
Bro, you owned us, King.
QTCinderella had a room that was like that, they'd pay somebody to clean it up. But whenever I had a room like that, I cleaned it up myself. And that makes me an actual real fucking American that's connected to the fucking world, rather than somebody who's disconnected that thinks that illegal aliens and illegal immigration is good for the country, and you want to soapbox and virtue signal about how great it is. That's the facts. At the end of the day, I live my life the same way that everybody else does. They don't. They want to live like celebrities. I just want to live like an American. An average guy.
He went to film the podcast once, ate a pizza on the way, and vomited on the steering wheel / dashboard on the drive back, and he never cleaned it. King? Jesus Christ. To be fair, his positions on like immigration and shit probably are closer to the average American than like an online influencer type left-leaning person. As sad as that is, just because I would imagine an online influencer type person is probably significantly to the left or more to the left of the average population, but I know it's like an online meme and people say it a lot, but the whole like no unique experiences, I've gotten a few reels like this recently. You ever have the thing where like you know, as soon as like a substitute teacher or the teacher like fucks up or says some fuck shit or something bad is happening and it's supposed to be a serious moment, you have that one friend in class that you know he's just fucking staring at you. You know he's staring at you, trying to get you to break. Fuck.
Hello?
Shit, who joined?
Yes.
Hi. Wait, come back tomorrow, we can talk. I literally, my dinner starts in 1 minute. I'm already late and they're going to hate me for it, so.
Good luck.
Okay.